Hello, everybody. Atlas here. I'm sure you've heard a ton about the Capitol riot today. And look, I get it. It's not fun to think about or discuss. But I think, just like the anniversary of any other tragedy, that it is important to remember and reflect on it. We owe it to the Capitol police officers who risked their lives and limbs in defense of it. We owe it to future generations to come, and we owe it to democracy and the great American experiment. There are a lot of people who want to forget January 6th. Whether you're a citizen, a politician, or a conspirator, you might feel like you want to push these memories far away and move forward. I understand that. But in the words of Winston Churchill, those who fail to learn from history are doomed to repeat it. Now, I'm not in the position as of now to deliver some stunning speech, but there are a few things I would like to say. I'm discussing this because I fear for the future if we cannot remember this day in history and understand the consequences. I love my country, and I love the democratic system, which is why I'm trying to make some noise about it. And if you happen to disagree with me on what I have to say, that's okay. I don't question people's character based on their political views. And in all honesty, I think this is a bipartisan issue. Whether you're a conservative, a liberal, or independent, this is something worth fighting for. The democratic process is what makes America amazing, and that's why we have to fight for it. You may not believe me when I say democracy is at stake. I don't believe rioters and insurrectionists are going to take over our democracy. The Capitol insurrection was a symptom of democracy-destroying ideas. For 242 years, not one presidential candidate has refused to concede an election. Some have refused for weeks on end, but in the end, presidential candidates have always conceded before Inauguration Day. But 2021 showed us the first former president to not only refuse to concede, but also the first to cast doubt on the electoral process. For the first time since the birth of our country, people worried about whether or not there would be a peaceful transfer of power. But even more concerning is the amount of people who embraced his conspiracy theory. Most of the modern-day Republican Party believes the election was rigged. The last of the Republicans who resisted are being challenged by those loyal to Trump. The point I am making here is that if one party refuses to participate in a democracy, that is not a democracy at all. And in order to gain favor with the president, politicians across the nation are beginning to undo the foundations of our electoral system, whether that be through gerrymandering or through votes being regulated by legislatures. The Democratic Party is trying to pass universal voting rights legislation, but Joe Manchin has stopped them in their tracks. This isn't reason to fear. American citizens are mobilizing across the nation to defend voting rights. And if we can turn the Senate blue this year, then we can end this here and now. But it is essential that we remember what happened on this day in history. So please, don't let anyone sell you the distorted truth that those who want our democracy to fail tell you. Remember January 6th.